Hurley is joining us. Thank you for the time, Coach.
Thanks, Connor. Good to see everybody. We've had a busy summer here, the last 5 weeks or so. Getting in the gym, getting our foundation of our training, and I've had a pretty good summer. Obviously, a lot of new faces. Trying to get guys acclimated to a new environment, a new way of doing things. But it's exciting. It's refreshing, to be in the gym and seeing the level of talent and seeing how all those options can work together. So excited for the process. You're looking forward to obviously Monday when we get on the plane and head to Europe. Have a great trip in front of us. Paris for 4 days and 2 games. Athens, Greece for 2 days and 1 game, and then Mykonos, a little island off the coast of Greece that the guys will be able to just enjoy and get some beach time in. And it's, I think, a great way to cap our summer program.
A reminder, we'll be using the raise hand function if you have a question, and we'll start off with Michelle.
Hey, Coach.
Hey, Michelle.
With a lot of new players, can you kind of talk about how important a trip like this is from a team bonding, getting to know each other's standpoint?
Yeah, I think anytime you could travel and spend time together like we will be able to do on this type of trip, it's really a once in a lifetime experience. It's getting a chance to go see the Eiffel Tower, getting a chance to go to the Louvre, getting a chance to go into the Parthenon and just seeing all these sites, historical sites, cultures, cities with rich culture and history, and being able to share those experiences. The additional practices have been great. We've taken full advantage of those. I feel like we've done a lot more team-oriented stuff this summer than in any other year. So I think we're pretty far along in terms of just where we need to be on the court, but it's bigger than just the basketball piece. I think the games will be beneficial, playing the 3 games, but it's more about what you touched on, just the team bonding, the time that we'll be able to see these sites, the dinners that we'll have, and all the ways that we could kind of accelerate the process of bringing together a new group of people. But so far so good. Every indication is that the group really seems to like each other, and our practices have been competitive, but off the court, the guys seem like they're gelling pretty well right now.
Continuing with Hode.
Hi, Bobby. When you have 9 new faces, obviously the leadership, which you probably look for in the returning players, is going to be really pivotal. Can you talk about Frankie, Jamiya, and Alonzo? How do you see their leadership aspect has kicked up this season?
Yeah, they've been great. They've been very vocal. I like that. We're coming off a 23-win season, so the guys you're bringing back, have credibility because you've had a successful season, and when these guys are talking, it has meaning because we're coming off a very positive season. So their voices again have that credibility. They've been focusing on communicating better. I've relied on them to, kind of talk to the guys about how we do things, how we operate. There's an adjustment for all the new guys, just the tempo and the pace of how we work out and how we train is a little different. And I think that's going to help us play the style we want. But those guys all in their own way have been very good leaders so far for the new players.
Chris.
Hey, Bobby. I asked Kenny Dillingham yesterday and Willie Bloomquist today about the challenges of roster retention and building in the NIL era. And they had some pretty extensive comments about that. And I just wanted to get your thoughts on how the challenges for ASU and what are some things that maybe can help allow the program to be more successful.
Well, I mean, it's tough when you can only bring back 3 guys off of an NCAA tournament appearance and again 23 wins. Some of the guys we lost for a variety of reasons. So it's hard to just pinpoint it strictly to NIL. I think in some of the cases NIL may have played a factor in in terms of retainment. But you know, I don't want to make excuses, and I just want to put my head down and work. And we were able to bring in the players that we were able to bring in. I'm excited about them. I'm excited about working with them. And so that's kind of where my mindset is in terms of you know, what we're able to do with our off season. And I know every program is different and has their different challenges. You know, I can't imagine being a football coach right now and with that many players to try and bring in that type of talent in an NIL environment. So you know, I know those guys, you know, have you know, their challenges that they're working through, but I'm excited about my group and glad I have the guys that I have on campus, and just looking forward to working with them.
And what about how some of these things impact your roster on a year-to-year basis? Because you've, you know, multiple years in a row now, even when you've been very successful with teams, you've had you know, 3/4 of your team be new.
Yeah, it's you know, it's going to be, you're going to expect this type of change and turnover every year, and that's how I'm focusing on and looking at it. There are examples of guys that, like a Jamiya Neal, that, you know, he wants to be here, and he's looking at this like, you know, he wants to be a pro, and he thinks our style of play and the growth and the development that he's seen in his game over a couple of years, that's his bigger picture than a one-time payout in NIL. So that's why he's back here, and I think he saw what he was capable of doing late in the season, and he knew this was the place for him to continue to grow and develop, so he might have a chance one day to be an NBA player. So like, I'm excited to coach guys like that, and you know, I think Frankie Collins the same thing. So and Alonzo Gaffney, I mean, Alonzo had options too. So all the guys that did come back, they want to be here, and you know, I want guys that want to be a part of this, and then we're gonna surround those guys with again, players that I think will complement them and help us, you know, take another step, because that's you know, we're not satisfied with how we finished last year, and you know, winning 23, that was great. We gotta win some games in the NCAA tournament, man. We gotta be in the hunt for championships, and that's where my mindset is at. And I think the 3 guys that returned are all thinking about that, and we're talking to the new players, you know, about doing something special this year.
Michael?
Guys, I'll answer maybe 1 or 2 more questions, and then, you know, I just want you guys to know that we have a basketball program here, and it's not just me, and there are players that are here. So I'm going to bring a couple of guys here. Frankie Collins and Jamiya Neal are here to speak with you too, and you know, and answer any questions you might have. But I'll probably take 1 or 2 more questions if for whatever's on anybody's mind right now.
Great. Yeah, we'll do Michael and Bruce, and then we'll wrap it up and move on to Frankie and Jamiya. Thank you, Coach. Michael, go ahead.
Thanks, Coach. Good to see you. You know, you talked obviously about the culture part of the trip, and I just remember quite a few years back that Michigan football went to Italy to do some camps, and Jim Harbaugh, you know, got a lot of pushback about that at first, but he just said you talked about obviously the players getting to see those sites and stuff like that, but the off the court chemistry throughout the years, talking to you and talking to other coaches. How big is a trip like this for them to go get to see those historical sites? Like you said, yes, play basketball and improve, but just to build that off the court chemistry, which, as you know, as a player and a coach, translates to on the court. But how big is a trip like that from this standpoint for you?
Well, I think it's hard to even measure it. It's such a positive thing, and it's our mission to create an experience for our student athletes, and this is again, a once in a lifetime experience. I've talked to several of our former players that were on our last foreign tour years ago. We went to Rome and Barcelona, and they just raved about the very thing you're talking about, just how much time they had to spend together doing stuff on and off the court, and the value of that and the impact that it had on winning. And that season we started 12-0 and got to number 3 in the country. And I think not to say that that's the entire reason, but I felt like, you know, that foreign trip certainly played a role in how quickly we were able to you know, start that season. Our chemistry was outstanding, and all the additional practice time, and again, the time we spent together on the trip, I think paid dividends that season.
Thanks, Coach.
And then last one for Coach is Bruce.
Yeah, hey Bobby, you touched on a little bit just the transition. You've got especially this year with all the transfers, I was wondering, does that bring it to another level as far as what you've got to do? You know, guys coming in maybe with different habits, having played in different systems, and you're trying to mesh it all together. And I was wondering if you didn't mind just kind of running down, you know, some of the new guys and what you've seen so far, you know, how they might fit in, especially, you know, a lot of expectations around Adam and maybe Kamari a little bit. I didn't know what you've seen so far there also.
Yeah, that's been interesting because I'm very inquisitive and I like to know, what guys thought of their prior experience. I'm always trying to see, like, how did LSU handle their summer? Now I'm finding out about, all these different programs because we have so much turnover. So, I've been, talking to the guys quite a bit about their prior experiences. I think the one thing I will say is that, when you get transfers of guys that have been in power conference programs, or, even a guy like Zane Meeks that's been at San Francisco, they've been through a lot of experiences, and, they understand what it's like to be in a college workout and be in a college environment. And, those guys like, Zane Meeks has been super vocal just in our workouts. You can tell he's older. He's played a lot of college basketball. So there's a lot of value in bringing in, transfers that, have been through it. Certainly we have some junior college guys, we have high school guys. So, our roster is pretty diverse with people with, a lot of different experiences. But Bruce, as far as individual guys, if you wanted to get me, on the side on a call, we could certainly, go into more specific details about individual players. But I think, today was more my goal just to express again how excited I am about the team and the possibilities for this team this year. And then just how enthusiastic we all are and fortunate we feel we are to be able to go on a trip like this and to have these experiences together in Europe. So
Awesome.
Thank
Thank you,
great
Coach.
seeing everyone. I appreciate everyone's time. And I'm gonna turn it over to a couple of guys here that might have a few good things to say. They're very very personable guys. I think you'll like them. Frankie and Jamiya, come on down.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
Yes, sir.
Hey, last thing, guys, here's Jamiya Neal. Jamiya's been playing in a pro-am here in town. And just, I had to remind him when I played in the Jersey Shore Summer League back in the day, I had 50 points, and that was my high game. And I know you've had, what, 48, 45?
Yeah,
But
47 and
that's
45.
47 and 45, but
Is
it's
that what
not
we
50.
doing?
So good luck to you trying to get that.
Is that what we doing? You bragging about your 50 ball again? It's cool. I'm gonna get it. We ran a little bit before that last game, so I'm a little tired.
We are lucky to have Frankie and Jamiya joining us. Thank you so much for the time, both of you. We'll open it up to questions, and if you're specifying a question for a player, indicate which player you're asking it to, or ask it to both of them. But let's start it off with Hode.
Hi, guys. This is a question actually for both of you. Bobby, just a few minutes ago, really applauded you guys for not going the NIL route, so to speak, that you saw the big picture, decided to stay here. Is it really just a success of last year that allows you maybe to see the big picture and wanting to stay in Tempe, or maybe some other factors in play that led you to that decision to stay at ASU?
Yeah, just the basketball side, the relationship with coach, the freedom of play, the play style, everything, just here, I feel like me and Frank can show our talents and be ourselves here. And some things are worth waiting for. Some people out here just trying to go chase money and get the biggest bag, but that's not what it's always about. Sometimes it's about investing in your future. And I think, staying here was a good investment for both our futures.
And Frankie, do you feel the same, I'm assuming?
Yeah, I can't say it no better than that.
Well, let me just ask you real quick about your experience at the NBA pre-draft camp. Just from like, you know, skill set aspect, how much do you think that really helps you going into the season, having that experience?
I think it helps you because, you know, everybody's ultimate goal is to get to that level. So hearing it from people at that level, telling you like things you need to work on and get better at, I think that's the best way to go mentally going into the next season. So getting all the feedback and stuff, hearing from the teams and, you know, understanding what I need to do better and where I need to be better at helped me a lot coming in to the summer.
Jordan, go ahead.
This one's for Frankie. You know, last year you were one of the guys coming in and getting used to Tempe and the program. And how do you think going through that transition can help you with these 9 newcomers, helping them get integrated?
I think just because I had to get acclimated to where I was at and, you know, understand like what we do here at ASU. So I was in that position that they're in now. So I'm able to like put them through it, you know, let them know what to do, the what's and whatnots with coach and, you know, things around campus that they can enjoy themselves doing, you know, and letting them understand that they got to get used to this heat as well. So just me being in their shoes last year, that helped a lot.
Michael?
Thanks, Connor. Yeah, for both of you guys, I mean, I was just talking to coach, obviously this trip is huge. I mean, you're getting to go overseas. Yeah, playing basketball is good, but what places are you guys most excited to see? Because you're going to see a lot of historical spots.
I think the Mona Lisa, seeing that'd be great. Also the Eiffel Tower. I don't know about for him, but
Yeah, I'm excited to see it all. Honestly, I'm just ready to enjoy the journey.
I think for us it's more so just creating this bond with our new teammates and going out there and, you know, just we're gonna play basketball. It's like just sometimes you gotta put basketball aside, you know, because it's the bigger picture, like we was talking about earlier, like building relationships, creating these bonds and memories that's gonna last long forever.
And then to follow up on that, I mean, I'd ask coach too, along the lines of chemistry and just seeing how, you know, taking a road trip. You just say going on the road, you know, you guys usually have obviously 2-game road trips, but going this far away just to get to build that off-court chemistry, how does that benefit you guys on the court?
I think just being able to get away from where we are now, just like putting our phones down, you know, and just like connecting with each other mentally. So going out there to help us on the court because then we'll all be connected mentally and, you know, we'll all have that relationship.
Thank you.
Chris, go ahead.
Yeah, guys, for both of you, a lot more is going to be expected of you this season. Can you just maybe give me some thoughts on what parts of your game that you expect to be better this year, to take a jump?
I think probably every part, to be honest. I think we got to step up, and for me and Frank, it's just really leading by example and showing these guys the Hurley way. And as far as our play on the court, you know, we're gonna have to do everything: play defense, rebound, get our teammates involved, and put the ball in the basket. So just taking a jump in all the categories is gonna be big for both of us.
Frankie, anything in particular that you're working on or want to show?
I think just like he said, you know, every aspect of the game we have to be better, you know, because we weren't great last year. You know, we had moments where we couldn't do certain things and, you know, teams struggle with certain stuff. So I just think being efficient, being consistent, being those guys that step up every single night, and, you know, you can count on us every night. So we just gonna have to be the ones that got to get it done.
Jamiya, you were the third Cambridge brother. Now you're the lone non-Cambridge brother. What you know, I asked you after the season or late in the season about whether or not you could at some point fill a Desmond-like role in terms of getting a lot of shots up and being relied on in that kind of way. What do you think about your prospects for being that on this team or maybe in the future?
Well, like I said last year, I probably won't ever just check up the ball like Dez did. He was a different type of shooter. So Being dance is different, but I do think I've showed times throughout the season, especially last year, where I could go put the ball in the basket, and I do think I will take more shots this year, and you know that will come with my averages. And I've been working a lot on my jump shot and my catch and shoot, to, you know, just to be a more consistent shooter. So definitely this year is going to be more of a desk type of role, but in my own way.
Bruce,
Cambridge, he's a Neal.
Yeah, I'm back to the Neals. The Cambridge is gone, man. I'm still gonna put on for us though.
Bruce, go ahead.
Yeah. Hey guys, but for both of you, I just kind of wonder what have practice has been like? You've had these full length practices, so many new guys and transfers a lot, you know, guys with experience who come in with other habits, maybe other programs. Has it been kind of weird to mesh everything together, or what's that been like?
I don't think it's been weird. Practice has actually been really well. I mean, obviously we got new guys, but these guys came in and they're workers. So they come in like expecting to work. They're not expecting nothing less than that. So that's really what you want in a group of guys. You want guys who come in and work, you know, want to do their jobs, and everybody in here wants to get better.
Yeah, just being patient with the guys so far. You know, I gotta understand that I've been here. This is my 3rd year here, and we never had to start this fast of a pace. You know, we're already having to do a lot more stuff than usual because of this trip. So I salute the guys to come in and work and just trying to get better every day and learn the plays and learn the system at a faster rate than the transfers had to before.
Are there any things you're seeing in the other guys where you're saying to yourselves, you could be better in this area, or something that you know, maybe that's going to be a different personality with this team, or is it too early to tell?
I think it's too early to tell. I think the one thing that we were focusing on when we first got here, though, was conditioning. Everyone was a little out of shape. We got a lot of younger guys this year, so just, you know, using our IQ of the game, you know, playing a little, slowing down a little bit, things like that. But I think as time come by, I think everybody will be fine.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's gonna have a different dynamic.
Yeah.
Definitely have a different dynamic than last year's. I think, you know, we got a lot of guys that can go score again. Sean, our big, is really athletic. He's probably the most athletic big we've had in the last 3 years I've been here. So he'll definitely bring something different to the table.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's like we said, it's still kind of early.
Yeah. Thanks.
Couple more questions, and then they got to go to practice. Jordan.
This is for both of you. Just the other big returner is Alonzo, and can you just describe kind of the work he's been putting in this offseason and what sort of steps you think he could make this year?
I think Zoe is putting in a lot of work. He's working on getting his mental right, and, you know, building up that confidence, because when he has his confidence, man, he can do anything he wants on the floor. So him building up his confidence, you know, making sure he stay healthy and things like that, getting stronger in the weight room.
Michelle.
I wanted to ask both of you, obviously, from a leadership standpoint, a lot more is going to be asked of you guys. Now, you know, last year you guys had Des, Devin, Warren. You guys are going to be expected to really step up in that role. So can you kind of talk about having to do that this year?
I think it's about time. Like, this is my 3rd year here, especially that's like a 10-year vet nowadays with all the transfers and everything. So I think I got all the answers to the test, to the Coach Hurley test. So I think it's kind of easier for me to be a leader because I know what it looks like. I know how he wants it done, so I can tell these guys exactly how it needs to be. So I think it's just about time.
With me, I think we kind of already took that step kind of in a way last year. I know we had some older guys last year, but I think a lot of the time, maybe like in practice, sometimes in games and huddles, we were always being the voice. So just continuing to do that, you know, being more vocal than we were last year, you know, leading by example and doing things in that way.
All right, last call for questions.
Mhm.
All right, thank you everybody for joining us, and I'll